Happy Monday, y'all. Let's get into it today, honey. First of all, I gotta let y'all know we are back in Dallas on September 27th for Conquering Cocktails. But girl, I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to dive into us getting new clients by the end of this week, right? So that's gonna be our topic for today. I want to talk through some stuff that we can do. I want you to share what you're gonna do to get some clients. And then I also want to do kind of like a weekend recap. I'm in Sierra this weekend, which I was like, what am I gonna talk about on the show today? I was like, a weekend recap. So Saturday I got a chance to do a webinar for the Tech Expo Africa. And then I got a chance to meet Sierra, honey. So let me go live on Instagram right quick. So I was like, yes, I'm so here for it. But I do want to dive into getting clients by the end of this week on the show today. But first of all, y'all already know how we do. Happy Monday, y'all. Let me know what you're going to conquer down in the comments. Let me know what you're going to conquer this week inside your business. I was sitting down, kind of getting ready to plan for my week, but y'all know I've been bragging about Monday.com for forever. And the way that like I'm such a notebook girl, like I have these Conquer notebooks, like I give them out as gifts and I have them in person. So I will fill these notebooks up. I got this one filled up. I got this one filled up. I got these two notebooks full of stuff just because I love writing down stuff. I love writing down my ideas. I love writing down on my to-do list. Um, which is cool. But what I found even on my Monday.com, like I'm like, oh my God, I'm writing a little bit less just because of like everything is just laid out like digitally for us. And it almost feel like y'all know I was saying this on the show last time. Hey Connie, I see you tapping in on Instagram, girl. We're just talking through what we're gonna conquer this week inside of our business. Let me know what you're gonna do, big or small. But I was talking about this on the show how conquer like me running the business is starting to feel like work, which is good, right? It's starting to feel like a job, which is so good for me. So I've been using Monday as a way to kind of just log in for the day. And the ladies inside the Conquer Club know, like I've showed my full Monday.com back in, but I'm literally just logging into Monday. And the way that we have it structured for sales versus marketing versus social media, whatever, it kind of like guides my day, which is cool, honey. So, okay, weekend recap, girl. Happy Monday. Let me know what you're gonna conquer in your business down in the comments. But weekend recap, child. So it's Monday, girl. I'm back in the saddle ready. But on Saturday, I got a chance to do a webinar for Tech Expo Africa. So let me tell y'all, I've shared this how in this season, like I have to go so much bolder in my business. Like I have to go so much bolder and so much bigger. And so I was looking online for like call for speakers and stuff like that. I was like, I should get some more speaking gigs, blah, blah, blah. And I came across the one for Tech Expo Africa. I'm like, well, it's all the way in Ghana. So, but I was like, child, if this ain't the season to be Delulu, then I don't know what to tell you. So I applied for it and of course got in contact with their team. Their team is so professional and so phenomenal and like everything. And we're talking back and forth. The organizer, if I'm not mistaken, I know he lives in Europe. I feel like he lives in London, but I'm not sure. So we get to talking and stuff, and I get a chance to share about Conquer, and they're just like, "Oh, you're just doing so much amazing stuff in America." So I got a chance to get on their webinar, and that webinar was so good. Like I still got it posted live on my page, but I got a chance to do their pre-conference webinar because they have an in-person event in Ghana in November. So I got a chance to do a virtual one because, of course, obviously the event and stuff is around the corner. And it was so cool. I was like, baby, y'all got to fly me out to the event in Ghana. But I got a chance to connect with their team. I got a chance to do the webinar and I talked about the power of showing up. So I went through some of I don't know if you know, but with Conquer, I have like a obviously a framework, right? That we teach all of the women inside the Conquer Club. So I shared parts of the framework on the webinar on Saturday. But girl, I was feeling so good. My energy was so high, like it was just explosive. So I still got it posted on my page if you want to go back and listen to some of the stuff that I shared about the power of showing up. I got it posted on my Facebook and my on my LinkedIn. I think I just streamed it to Facebook and LinkedIn. I don't think it's on YouTube. So, but yeah, honey. So that was cool. So I got a that was my first time actually doing something like on an international scale. So that was cool. Getting a chance to connect with their team and then getting tapped into their community. Obviously, they have their own people that follow them. So I got exposed to that, which was so dope. Um, so I did that Saturday. And then right after that, y'all know I'm still in physical therapy. Hey, y'all, I welcome in. Y'all know I'm still in physical therapy for this doggone car accident. So after I did the webinar, I went to physical therapy for the car accident. And child, I'm sitting there getting my back popped on, cracked on, massaged on. And open up face. Reese says, "Hi, Deb. What's up, girl? Happy Monday, friend. I'm just going over my weekend, girl, before I dive into a little 1-2 this morning." But I was sitting in physical therapy, getting my back cracked on, pop child. And while I was there, I'm looking on Facebook and they like, well, Sierra is gonna be like the artist Sierra, obviously. She's gonna be at the liquor store by the house. I'm like, now there's two things I love. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this better not be fake. This better not be no AI. So I got a chance to go up there. Girl, went up to the liquor store. I'm like, well, it don't look super crowded. It was at Total Wine, which if you don't live here in Dallas, Total Wine is like it's the liquor stores of all liquor stores, baby. They got everything. It is big. So I went in and it's probably like 25, 30 people waiting in line to meet Sierra. So, well, I don't know if you know this. I only knew because I went to a black like liquor tasting a couple of months ago that she has rum. So I got a chance to buy a bottle of her rum. And of course, she was able to sign it and stuff. So she was so cute, so sweet. And I got a chance to share that inside of my Facebook and Instagram stories this weekend and my picture with meeting her. So I was like, can I take a selfie? They were like, no, keep the line moving. I'm like, oh my God, I shouldn't have even asked. I'm a rule breaker. I don't even know why I asked. I should have just did that. I mean, what was the worst they can do? I would have had my selfie. Baby, I need to be able to control the angle over here. I don't trust this man to take my picture. Y'all for real. So I got a chance to do that this weekend. And then yesterday, girl, I got ready for my team for the week. Oh my God. My Sunday prep for the past 2 weeks has just been literally the dream girl version of me. Like the which y'all know I say I'm my own best friend. I'm living my own version of my dream life. But the way that I prepped for my business this Sunday and last Sunday was just literally chef's kisses. And I'm happy about it because, of course, it ain't always like that. Y'all know how it is. But yesterday, I got a chance to order groceries for the house for the week because we have been eating out so much since we had this cookout at our house at Labor Day. So I got a chance to order groceries and then got a chance to chill with Bay a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot of bit. I went to his gig. Y'all know he's a DJ, so he DJ at this fire brunch spot. So I was over there in the corner eating me some oxtail and grits. You know what I'm saying? And came back home and prepped for the business for the week. So some of my business prep for the week includes a couple of things. Y'all know I swear by planning content for the month, which may or may not happen. Y'all know how it is. But it says happy Monday. Hey boo, happy Monday. So I did do all of my content for the month of September. Thank the Lord. So I got a chance to just kind of check on that. Right now, I do have a social media manager, so I don't have to really do anything day to day with my content, which is really cool. I got her off Upwork, and she has just been 10 out of 10. Like when I see her comment on stuff, she be like, provide insight. I'm like, girl, yes, ma'am. And without, when you think social media management, you think it's going to be so expensive. So I kind of look at that and just see how that's going, which I don't even have to look at it too hard. But I also look at our socials and I'm tweaking so much with my socials because I'm trying to scale it and I'm trying to get clearer on what we do, what we offer, and I'm trying to do more stuff offline. Like my huge focus day to day right now in this season and for the rest of 2025 is having my business as offline as possible, like making community connections, making sure people know what we do, hosting events, blah, blah, blah. So I've been focusing on that so much. So I got somebody to handle the online portion for me. And then also think about our sales. Like we have an event coming up. So I'm just like re-looking at the sales strategy. Okay, like our social media, that's only going to do so much. Like what else do we need to be doing in the background? So that's some of the stuff that I work on to get ready for my week. So that's what I did yesterday, child. Woo. She says, wow, can you tell us more about your social media manager and when our brand is ready for one? This is a really great question. Let me turn my camera down a little bit, girl. This is a really good question. I think a couple of things. I think that because I did my own socials for so long, that gave me a good idea of kind of what I need them to focus on. So I know that, let me go back. My social media, let me tell you what she does first of all, okay? She oversees YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, our Facebook group, our Patreon, which is where our paid Coca Club members are, and our email marketing. So she's got 8 different platforms that she uses, okay? And what I do is I swear by Monday.com, friend. I always talk about it in my Monday.com. Or if you have like a free Trello board or something, I have a list of each social media. And I'm basically like, okay, for Facebook, um, what do I people like on Facebook? Because I've done it myself for so long, I know they like to see like my real life. They like to see my stories, blah, blah, blah. So I just list all of the content inside of there. So I use a lot of I repurpose so many old pictures, so many old videos. So I have a lot of that stuff like already in Canva. And that way she can just take it and schedule it out. And we also use Metricool, which is Metricool. We have a paid plan, but they have a free plan where you can schedule like your TikTok, your Facebook, your Instagram, your YouTube, and everything all at one time. So we use that to schedule our social media. So I have it broken down per platform. And then, of course, you engage. It's just a daily task to engage in comments on all platforms. And the big thing I think for me, for the social media manager, is a couple of things. I did pre-record some content this month. So like if you go on some of my pages, you'll see like a lot of like short reels that I did. Pick one day, I record like 15 of them, and then that way she can schedule them out for the month. That's one thing. The second half of my content is just like repurpose pictures and videos and stuff to reinforce our mission. And the third part of the what I think that makes it good is having a goal to work towards. So for me in this season, the goal isn't to like skyrocket our socials. It's more so to do things like sell tickets to the Conquering Cocktails events and book consultations. So she knows, yes, our content is going. No, it's not viral, but I want to be engaging in comments because I want to find girls to sell these 10 tickets to for Conquering Cocktails. So there's kind of like an end goal on it. I think when your business is ready for one, I think your business will always tell you what it's ready for. Um, I can't do the stuff that I want to do in the community because I be like, oh my God, I didn't create no content. Oh my God, they gonna go on my social media page and it ain't nothing there. So I couldn't like I just got to a point where I can't handle it all. I can't be consistent on all of those platforms and speak and get on podcasts or coach people and stuff. Like it's just kind of impossible for me to do it. So I was like, okay, what can I realistically do like in my budget? Like I'm not talking about, oh, we swimming in 6 figures. We can pay somebody 3, 4, $5,000 a month. Like that's not the reality of this season of my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, what is a realistic number? Look, for I can pre-plan the stuff or whatever, but for me to just have somebody opening my social medias up day to day and making sure my stuff not dead. That was my only thing. And so I got on Upwork. I put out a position and found somebody perfect. I interviewed people. You know, I got an HR background, girl. I was like, okay, friend, have you worked with a coach before? Precisely. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just find people that believe in my mission. That's the big thing. Like, I have all girls that work for me. They love y'all. They love Conquer. They love what we do. Yep. Oh, see, I was just sharing. Yep. On Upwork. I love Upwork, girl. Um, and yeah, find people that believe in the mission. And my big thing is you got to have it so organized. You got to know everything about your socials, what they like, what they don't like, um, what type of content you post, like your strategy for the month, how that's going to incorporate into your sales goal, like the mission of your brand. I feel like once you have all of that stuff, And I feel like you get that when you in the trenches with your own social media for a while, and you just like, you can put it all together, and then I feel like you can hand it over to somebody and they can run with it. Like, she know the mission to conquer. She know the next Conquering Cocktails is September 27th. She knows the Patreon is for only paid members, and we're doing this theme inside of there. Like, there's kind of like an umbrella of what we're doing, and then you can throw people at it, you know. She says, do you give them captions? For the most part, yeah. Yep, absolutely. But if I have content where I don't have a caption, I trust that she be able to complete it, just because I feel like she understands the mission. She understands the type of women we want to work with. Like, inside of my Monday.com, I have like a red flag list and green flag list. Like, if we DM somebody and she be like, oh, my business is on hold, that's a red flag statement for our team. So that lets them know we don't even need to waste conversation with this person. This person is just not going to be a good fit. So we all right, girl. You have a good day. Here's a freebie. Goodbye. Subscribe to the YouTube. Bye. You know, so, but and when people like that are on your team, they understand who's a good fit, who's not a good fit, the mission, what we got going on, what we've done in the past. I trust them so much to be able to like curate an Instagram caption, you know? But that's why I believe like being in the trenches for a minute with your own business. Like, once you get in them trenches for real and you can like package it up together and hand it off to somebody, I feel so much more confident in it, you know, because I've got it like really laid out. Like, when you DM somebody, you say this. If they respond yes, you say this, and then they'll kind of develop their own way to just kind of compliment and stuff. What's up, Lola? She says, good morning, Deb, on Instagram. What's up, friend? I appreciate you, girl. She said, you so dope. Thank you, honey. Baby, I'm just out. Hey, I'd have been in them trenches, so I already know. So every Sunday, I just go on my Monday.com board and I just like, okay, like, our LinkedIn is getting some traction, so we'll just have her engage in comments. That's fine. Okay, our Facebook, our engagement is down. So let's add this strategy to talk about this more in the comments this week. You know, I just kind of go by each social platform and just one to two things that I can tweak to just see if it makes a difference in leads, which is the only thing that I care about. Obviously, it's the person at the top. You know, does it generate leads? And I just go from there. She says, after this wedding, baby, I'm getting back to it. Who wedding, girl? Your wedding. Let me find out, girl. You finna come over to the good side. You finna come over to the other side, girl. She said, after this wedding, I'm getting back to it. Girl, I feel you, honey. Oh, what's up, Jen? Happy Monday, girl. Jen says, baby, delegating is one of the best things I did for my business. We don't have to be a one-woman show. Collaborate and conquer. Girl, listen, and I want to talk about this because I think that there are so many things. For one, I've had a team, not had a team, had a team, not had a team. I done went back and forth with it so much. And I think that I feel like I wanted a team because it is a multiplier. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it is a multiplier. But having that payroll on your back, girl, I be up at night trying to figure some stuff out, baby. Like, I'm in Dexter Laboratory. I be trying to figure out, like, Lord, how I'm gonna pay these folks. You know, like, you have to be on it. Your sales machine got to be on it. And even me, y'all, even in this season, I'm like, what can I realistically do in payroll every month? Even if my business don't make much money, like, what can I do? And maybe that means like money from your 9 to 5, money from like other things, because I'm like, bruh, I don't want to say I can't do it solo, but I can't grow it solo. Like, and it's a season for everything. Like, it's just a season for you to do it by yourself. I promise it is. So I'm not saying like you have to get a team to grow, but it is a multiplier. Like, it makes a difference for real. She said, so you carve out time in your week to prep your social manager for the following week. Yep. She knows my idea is, it's so crazy. Girl, I be trying to figure some stuff out. When you got that payroll, girl, you don't be able to sleep at night. Girl, when I was, girl, for real. Oh, she says, yeah, I'm getting married next weekend. Oh, let's tap the screen for you. Go, friend. Congratulations, girl. She said she's getting married next weekend. And after that, baby, she gonna be back, she gonna get hop off that man and hop on that business. I'm here for it, girl. I ain't mad at it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it. I wish you a beautiful marriage, girl. For real. I really do, girl. It is something to be seen when you got you a good man. I'm here for it. That's the reason why I'm able to do what I do throughout the day, because it ain't because I'm swimming in millions, baby. It's because I have a man that's like, baby, you do your thing. I love Conquer. You love Conquer. Go build that thing and just wake up and do you. And I love that for me. I love that for the youngest version of me, and I love that for me right now. She says, "Thanks, boo," and he gonna support, which is what I needed. Yes, girl, for real. All right, Jen says, "I leverage more than money for compensation." Oh, that's a good gem. That's a good gem. I leverage more than money for compensation. My assistant is a marketing intern building her portfolio, but I still tip her. That's a good gem. Because I bet, well, I can imagine that if you were to come to work with somebody like Jen or work for you, Ricci, or work for me, that you get to learn a lot. Like I had one of my girls that worked for me. She was like, "Oh my gosh," she was like, "This is really cool. Like how you do this behind the scenes." I was like, "Yeah, baby, it's a lot of work." Oh, white girl. Okay, so she says, "But you know, I'm remarrying my ex-husband. I learned my lesson and took my ass home." Girl, I am hollering, baby. I am hollering, baby. Hey, you had to spin a block. You realize you had you a good man at home, baby. She said she remarrying her ex-husband. Girl, I ain't mad at your friend. You said, "Girl, come, baby, come on home." He know where home. The real definition of he know where home is. I ain't mad at you, girl. She said, "I learned my lesson. I'm taking my ass home, girl." I ain't mad at your friend. I wish y'all a beautiful time. Y'all really gonna turn up now, cause y'all just y'all probably just like, let's do this. She said that's smart. Girl, I'm here for it, baby. Hey, tell him congratulations, baby. I know he be good. You love that man. You love that man. And he love you too. Congrats, y'all. Yeah, I hope you have a great wedding, girl. Send me a picture too, honey. I love a wedding, honey. I love a good cry. You know, I'm crazy, honey. I love a good cry. And I love a wedding ceremony. They make me cry. Yeah. So Jen is saying something really cool. She's saying that she leverages more than money. So I guess that makes sense. So like my social media manager, although I do have like a set range that I pay her, she will obviously be building her portfolio with growing my socials and engaging my socials. My PR person too. She said in zoo. Okay. I'm here for it, girl. Y'all really gonna have a good time. Turn up for me, baby. I loves the little wedding reception too, girl. I love where y'all staying again. 'Cause, girl, I'll come through. I sit at the table by myself. I'll go somewhere and sit. I'll be the only person in there that know the couple and be sitting at the back by the bar. As long as I give me a little chicken or fish plate. She said I had to come over here. Yeah, girl. I love the little wedding reception, girl. Okay, my wedding reception, girl. Baby, I'm glad y'all didn't know me then. Oh, we had a time. We truly had a time in my wedding reception, girl. Oh, baby, we had a time, baby. I was on the floor, literally, at the Airbnb. I don't know why people talk about at the end of their wedding night, they be, being adults, because, baby, I was, I was on the floor. Oh, that's funny. Okay, y'all, welcome in. Happy Monday. Let me know what y'all gonna conquer this week inside of your business. I was just talking about my weekend recap and talking about how I was kind of preparing for my business a little bit on Sunday. And we talked about how I get my social media manager ready. She said, and that will be me. Okay, baby. Oh, my husband, baby. Oh, you need to go know what you signing up for day one. Somebody that's turned up and love life. But I've been with my husband for forever. Like we've been together since I was a teenager. So to know me is to know him, and to know him is to know me, child. That's literally my best friend. So we be having a good time though. We be having a time. Me and my husband have a time together. They be like, "Your husband so mild and stuff." I be like, "Girl," but I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Y'all know I love a marriage, baby. I love having a little man at home, baby, or a little woman, or both, or two of each. Good. I don't know. I'm here for it, girl. She said, and he be the calm, I'm the turned up. Yeah, you know them chill men. They love a girl with a look. They said, baby, who gonna tell the waitress my order wrong? They love it, girl. Driving wild, baby. He loves it. Okay. He loves it here. Okay. Yeah, I go make see y'all be making me go off the rails with this show. Okay. Yeah, we was just sharing a little bit about delegating stuff. Um, yeah. Ritzy was asking a really good question about having a social media manager and when your business is ready for one and stuff. So, I always say, and I said this a little while ago, like your business will start to tell you what it needs. Like your business, sometimes our business needs us to be in it, to be more consistent, to show up more, to understand what's making people get in our DMs, understanding what we can realistically handle on our plate day to day. And then once we do that, we're like, okay, what's the low hanging fruit that I can get off my plate where I've done it so much, I literally could have somebody else do it. Your business will start to teach you that. It really will. She says, I'm still doing stuff for my business. I'm revamping it and getting the structure back right. I love it. What when you say structure, what do you mean? And this is a good way for us to segue too. When we talk about I realize I can't do it all myself. I hear this a lot about craving structure and stuff inside of your business. And I don't want to share everything in here. I've shared it a little bit before, but I can give y'all just a sneak peek at when we talk about structure, what that looks like. And even inside of my business. Hold on, let me share my screen right quick. I'm just literally gonna share my screen for like 2 seconds because I want y'all to see when we talk about structure. And I'm not gonna go dive deep into this, but y'all know I love Monday.com so much. So when I talk about structure inside of my business, this is kind of what it looks like for me on my side. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, let me go to Monday.com because it tells me everything I need to know. First thing that I have, okay, she says because I didn't have the mindset itself set up right. Oh, okay, I didn't even have my pricing right. Oh, girl, I feel you on that pricing, baby. Your confidence, your confidence got to be sky high to be a business owner, for real. To ensure my profit is there and stuff. Yeah, I feel you, girl. Yeah, working through that stuff takes some time, and then it's like getting it, not budging on it at all. Jen says for her, having structure means having an SOP for sure. Absolutely. So I know like for me, when I get up, I come into my Monday.com and the first thing that I have is my lead tracker. Some of this stuff I cannot click on y'all because this live is obviously public and we've got hundreds of women's personal information on here. But first thing is our lead tracker. These are the leads that we're currently in conversation with that we want to reach out with, blah, blah, blah. Like constantly having leads. Here, the leads, templates, and SOPs. This is where I keep all of the scripts. And I probably can click on this one. This is where we keep all of the scripts, all of the frequently asked questions. What's a green flag? What's a red flag? If I had a VA on board with me today, like what would she do? You know what I'm saying? Like she would go to the Monday board. She would see what type of lead it is. We want to reach out to 100 people and book 5 consultations. Like it's just a clear goal and SOP, like best practices, the login information. Um, our current, outreach and follow up scripts because, of course, our events change and, our onboarding checklist for whoever is over our sales. All of the people inside our paid membership. This is a dashboard that's private for me. So it just shows like where my sales are month to date and then what my sales are year to date. Like that's a number that I need to know every single day inside of my business. Daily sales, like on a daily basis, how many people are we talking to, how many people are we following up with, how many people purchased, how many people booked a call, how many people showed up for a call, how many people missed a call. Like that's stuff that we're starting to track inside the business every single day. And then I have a dashboard that this is what I mainly work out of, where I'm just if I have leads that are really warm or leads that have converted, that's where I'm keeping track of those conversations. People who came to past events, people who were interested in the summer but didn't buy, people who were interested in 2023, people who were interested in 2024, people who were in the Conquer Club before and canceled. Like When I say walking into my business every morning and like seeing it, not just logging to my Facebook, and I can't tell the health of my business that way in this season, you know. So I come into my Monday and I have it all there. Of course, it's really like if I could open up the boards, I could show y'all so much more, but I can't do that on the live. But inside the Conquer Club, y'all know that's our program. We meet every Tuesday night. I've walked them through my entire Monday.com and actually created like a Google Sheets version for them if they want to start off with something basic and free. So that's helped obviously a lot of them kind of get on track with their business day to day. And that's also where if I go back to where I do the socials too, I've got everything housed in Monday right now. Like the social media SOP. Um, I can click on this one because it's not much. So as you can see, all of the content has been scheduled out already, like everywhere. So just engage in the comments, encourage members to make their own posts, engage in the chat for paid members, engage in the comments on TikTok, blah, 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 monitoring the DMs, sending the sales leads over to the girls that's over in sales, go back through live streams and see if we have any sales leads, so I can hit my goal for the month. So, girl, yes. So when I say structure, like that's kind of how I have mine set up in Monday. Like I like it simple, straight to the point, and something that I can literally repeat week to week, week to week, week to week in my business. And what I'm learning too is with this, this is the first year where, like, when I showed that daily tracker, I've really kept up with it this year. Sometimes you'll create a system or automation and, you kind of fall off with it after a little while. Oh, child. Yeah. But I done kept up with it this year. She says it's Monday.com, a project manager attached to a website. It's basically they call it work management, but it's kind of like project management. And it is just through their site. The way that they have Monday.com, they call it I don't want to say it's hard to describe because they have it where you can build it however you want to. If you wanted to build a whole bunch of documents, or if you wanted to build a whole bunch of like I have mine set up like boards, like it's kind of like project management that you can literally tailor to your business for sure. But I just use the board feature because it's just easy to drag and drop. It's easy to add stuff. I got the app on my phone. So if like something come up while I'm out, like I did yesterday, this guy wanted me to speak on his panel here in Dallas. I was talking to him in person. I opened up my phone. I popped it in there for my salesperson. I'm like, hey, my PR girl. I was like, hey, this person wants to speak on the panel. DM him on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. Pop it in. Boom. Go on my life, which is how I need to be in this season. So. But girl, yeah. So yeah, it is basically a project manager attached to a website, basically. But they got the app and stuff. But I just hop on the website and stuff when I'm on my computer. So yes, honey, this weekend was awesome doing a webinar for Text Expo Africa. I shared a couple of parts of our framework on like basic social media strategy and stuff like that. Did a lot of mindset stuff, which was cool. Then I met Sierra at the liquor store. So yeah, she said I love being able to customize. Girl, me too. But this was I've used Monday.com for a couple of years now. And then earlier this year, we got accepted into their partner program. So I can, of course, like earn commissions and stuff when my ladies use Monday.com. And of course, I get to see like you get invited to all the little conferences that they have, or you get this, when they roll out new stuff, like they have just rolled out AI. They call it Sidekick. So I'm interested to see how that kind of helps us and stuff. But it's so cool. Like you just pop in little updates. You can tag each other. The app pops right up like a text message. Girl. And it's just easy communication, easy collaboration, easy tracking. Like it has my sales. Like when we make a sale, a book a call, like everything is just in real time. Everything. So I love it. But yes, girl, this was the first year I actually like started keeping track of the numbers like to a T because I just want to I want to understand how to replicate success. That's my big thing. I need to understand how to replicate success, and the stuff that's not working, like I need to be able to see it much faster. It used to be like if something didn't work in my business, I would give up on it. But now I'm understanding like if something's not working in my business, see if I could tweak a part or two of the process and that may change the game. Like booking a consultation. Um I would have like these really generic like confirmation emails, and we had like a lot more people not show up. And so instead of saying, okay, I'm not gonna do free consultation no more, these people don't want them, it's a waste of my time, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, let me tweak what the confirmation email. So now it's really personalized. We ask better questions. We have different reminders, um, new vibrant PDFs that tell about the Conquer Club, tell about the pricing, and it skyrocketed the show rate. So it's not that the free consultations was the problem. It was the actual, some of the details. And like I'm learning, like go back and track the details of what's happening inside the business. And that's what's given for me, it feels like, well, I can see obviously with the numbers, that's what's giving me momentum. So yeah, that's why I was like, when people used to say, like, I used to hear like millionaire coaches and stuff when they talk about like tracking and da da da. I used to be like, girl, track. I'm trying to get to the money. But now I see why. Jen says, say less, let me check it out because Squarespace is limited with no customer service. Oh, yeah. I was considering, is it Vagaro? Which has a great back office too. Okay, I haven't heard of that. I'm going to just write it down. I hadn't heard of that before. But yeah, I like this one because it's simple to use. I like simple user friendly stuff. Because I know for me, girl, I've been to download and pay for a new system, and they got this, and I'm like, oh, I ain't thought about that for my business. And then they got this, I'm like, oh, I ain't thought about that for my business either. Next thing I know, I'm down the rabbit hole, girl. It's over with. I'm like, oh, they look like it's over with. I need to have my process, then I have my system, and then I throw people at it. My old HR director taught me that you have a process, then you have a system, then you have a people. You don't go get a system first and then try to create the process from that. You say, what is the process that my business needs? What is the system that perfectly allows me to execute that process? And then you throw people at it because you've got the two things that they need, which is a very clear process and a really easy system to use. And that's just something that I just learned working in HR, girl. We try to roll out a new payroll system. I used to be like, child, they put me on the team. You know how like in those movies and TV shows and stuff, they be like finna roll out a new idea. So they bring like a little focus group together. Child, they had me on that group. I was like, baby, them folks ain't gonna do all that to get their paycheck. You gotta make it simple and easy to use, baby. So the same thing for when we try to delegate to people or have contractors and VAs. It has to be so easy that like this is so easy that somebody that was a preteen could come in and do this work. That's how like it's like, hey, like this is the mission. These are the things that we talk about. Like it's very, very, very simple and easy to understand, which is great. I talk to a lot of girls and I'm like, girl, your business model more complicated than mine. Simple is good and less is so much more. Not for just us, as a business owner, but for clients and customers and stuff to understand. And that's something that I'm like constantly trying to get better at too. Just something that I'm be tweaking here is just being clearer on what the mission is, getting simpler with the mission, like so much more simple, like so much more simple with my mission. I'm talking about so simple and so clear. I don't want to like you ever had I hope you don't do this, friend. But you ever ask somebody about their business and they be like, okay, so you know how like such and such, like if you gotta do all that to tell me what your business is, like chances are it's probably too complicated. I want to be able to say, I say, hey, I run a program for women entrepreneurs who want to be consistent. Like so simple, straight to the point. It's not like now you know how sometimes when you gotta do all like I'm like, Deb, no. Yeah. Jen says, what was the best tool to help you build your community? Oh, girl, a free Facebook group. I feel like when I had my free Facebook group during the pandemic, that was the only version of community that I had. So I spent a lot of time in there. I feel like that's where, and for some of the girls that have been around for some years, that's where a lot of us like really got a chance to know each other, really got a chance to collaborate. That's where they met each other. And I just used that as snowball. I would do challenges, I would do live streams, I would put a lot of resources in there. And I'm actually about to close my free Facebook group. I hadn't said it yet, but I'm about to close it because it just doesn't fit into the way that we're evolving right now. Like it's gonna be a waste of my team's time for the free Facebook group. Um, yeah, it's just not. It's not a yeah. We just got other stuff that we can do that's just producing us way more free than spending time on that. But using the free Facebook group, girl, spending time in there, caring about the people, DMing them, loving on them, making sure they had resource sources, doing my course, teaching my framework, like being immersed in that free Facebook group for a while. And it snowballed into a paid community. Um, I think the big thing, she says, I felt it was your authenticity for me. She knows, been around for a long time. We was just in there just kicking it, getting to know each other, growing our businesses together, and just caring resources. I was like, what can I do to help them? Like, what can I do to bring them together? What can I do to help them collaborate? I would tag them like, hey, you need to know this person, or Ebony, you need to know Jen, or Jen, you need to know Sarah. Like really just being immersed into it, and it just snowballed so much. Jen says, I started nurturing my community on Instagram, haven't delved into Facebook for myself, but I'm a part of a lot of, yeah, I'm a part of a lot of free Facebook groups too. And y'all know how even it is now where you don't even get to be a part of the Facebook group, child. If it's public and it's some good content or some content you'll probably like, girl, that thing gonna be on your timeline. I'll be like, nah, how the dang on, how I get in the self-care gym group? You know what I'm saying? Like I signed up for this, but I'm here for this. Let me save this detox water that she got on her that I'm never gonna make. You know what I'm saying? Like, so so it's a little different now. But I think the big thing, the biggest lesson that I had to learn, that I learned this year about community, is that community is not group coaching. I would think, oh, I'm going to bring all of these people together and coach them. People love my coaching one on one. That's burning me out. So I need to build a community, which means I coach all of them at the same time. That was a big misconception that I had about what a community meant. What I'm understanding and what I've learned about community now is you're basically just a host. You're a host of bringing people together who love this topic, who have this same problem, and are going on this same journey together. And I think that I, I've been saying this all year, and I'll continue to say it, that the business owners, service providers, and coaches that build community, it is going to be night and day for people that don't build community in the next couple of years. It's going to be night and day for the people that don't build community. And I'm encouraging ladies, like the ladies inside the Conquer Club, we meet every Tuesday. I've been telling them over and over and over and over and over again, just create a space where you are the leader, you are the host, you are the one bringing the people together. I don't care if there's 5 people on Zoom, 3 people at a coffee shop, or 3 people meeting you at Chili's this Friday night. You can start building community without having a school platform, without having 50 clients. Like, if you can just be bold enough to say, hey, you know what? I am a marketing coach. I'm going to start bringing small business owners together who are in their bag when it comes to marketing this time of the year. It's going to be 3 of them on Zoom this Friday. Okay, next month, maybe we can go have lunch at the hibachi place. Okay, well, the month after that, well, it's going to be near Christmas. Maybe like the 4 of us can get together in an Airbnb for Christmas. Like, for me, that's community. Community isn't, well, I'm gonna get all y'all together. We're gonna do a mastermind. We're gonna do a webinar. I gotta lunch it. I gotta do that. I gotta have a free Facebook group, and I gotta go live every like. That's not building community to me. To me, building community is being bold enough to be the host of a space and bring people together. It doesn't have to be elaborate, and it damn sure doesn't have to be expensive. I just feel like business owners can need to be simple in their mission and bold enough to do it. A lot of girls will hear me and say that's a really good idea and will be too scared to invite 3 people on their friends list to freaking Chili's to get a triple dipper. You know I'm gonna come get a triple dipper. But people will be too scared to do that. And these will be the same people that say, I don't have no clients or I want to leave people. They will be too scared to say, hey, we're going to have a meetup at Chili's this Friday, 4 of us. And if you're a young girl and you're new to the city, or you're a young girl and you just started your business 2 years ago and you like marketing, like come get a triple dipper with us in a $5 margarita. It's going to cost you nothing. Like, the only thing you would have to have is the freaking audacity. Evan, am I lying? Ain't you gonna go get you a triple dipper? Okay, I want the Southwest egg rolls. I want the Big Mouth bites. And y'all know I gotta get the honey chipotle chicken Christmas. And we gonna sit here and we gonna he and we gonna ha. And I'm gonna have me a $5 margarita. And I'm gonna consider all of y'all my friends now. And we gonna take pictures from Facebook and Instagram. And you go home. Simple. She said, and is okay. She said, because I love baby. Okay. Baby, go turn them chicken Christmas up and bring me some more ranch, please. Thank you so much. I see you on TikTok. Thank you. Baby, and bring me a little ranch, please, and a cup of water. And when I run out of this margarita, look, I'm so bad. I done told my waitress before, when you see this drink get low, girl, you can just assume I want another one, okay? Like, run me 2 $5 margaritas in a triple dipper. And you be bold enough to be a host and start building community. Like, and imagine you do that 8-9 times a year. Oh, imagine how many more clients you would have, how many more connections you would have, how many more people would be interested, how many pictures and content you will have, how much perspective you will have from people that are actually potential clients. When y'all sit around and talk like that, you ain't got to sit and strategize with your chat GPT about what your offer is going to be, because you're in the community. You're hearing them say, man, if only we could find a coach that did da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, you're going to hear everything about the pain points that they're having, everything about the solution that they want, because you're knee deep in it, sitting there Chili's eating a triple dipper. Folks don't be them. Hey, they be thinking they gotta put together the event with 50 folks and a rollout and a landing page and the event planner and wait till we make 6 figures and wait till I get a photo shoot. Girl, I've been and hosted 8 Chili's event by the end, baby. Okay. Jen says, being intentional, authentic, and nurturing connections, baby. My clients and I have a time. Okay. That's what I'm saying, Jen. But people they will hear that and be like, man, that is so simple and she right. And they'll be scared to do it. For a couple of reasons, because they don't want to be seen starting at the bottom. They've hyped up such a false, and I've been here before, so I'm even speaking this from myself, right? You've built up such a inflated version of what you're doing. It's not like you're not doing anything, right? But you've built up such an inflated version of what you're doing that if people saw that you were inviting somebody to Chili's, you'll be like, well, damn, what would they think of me? And that will stop somebody from actually like building their business and going on their process. Like, seriously, I bet it's thousands of women who are literally right there. They've inflated themselves up so much online and stuff that they were like, well, damn, I couldn't put on an event hosting somewhere like that because they think I'm a big baller and I can afford to throw a $10,000 event. Like, it's just the truth of where a lot of people are. And then you have another group of people that are going to be bold enough to do it. Then you have another group of people who are going to say, that sounds good, but I'm going to wait until I make this amount of money, until I lose weight, until I get clients, until I can get a landing page, until I can put it on Eventbrite, until I can do that. And it's like, okay, friend, we'll see you in 2036. Meanwhile, we done made it Chili 600 times by then. Girl, please. Especially for people who are like looking for clients. Like, this is a no-brainer way to get people to trust you, to get them connected to you. Like, no-brainer way. If you did that as a coach, you would not have to be scrambling on Instagram, desperate on a Tuesday for clients. Because you know, if you invite 6 girls to Chili's, like one of them gonna be down to work, you know? Jen says, I don't really be outside. 3 toddlers. Oh, come on, 3 toddlers. How old are your babies, girl? She says, so I've created open invitations to places I'm already going to be at, which helps me support someone else's business. That's such a good idea. That's such a good idea. Like really incorporating your business into the life that you already have. Girl, I feel you. I be like, look here. I'm gonna be at Target picking up some Pampers this Friday at 4. So if you want to meet me, you better be at Target at 4:02. I'm be coming in with them scrollers. Yeah. But even hosting stuff virtually, I remember when I wasn't really in my event era or nothing like that, when I was still being just an online little scary cat or something. I don't know what I was doing one day. I was just like, hey, do y'all want to hop? I just posted on Facebook so randomly. I was like, do y'all want to hop on Zoom and co work? And girls were coming like, absolutely, like, yeah. Some people was like, I'm in the bed, but yeah, I'ma join. Some people was like, yeah, I'm finna get off work. I'm coming. Some people was like, yes, I'm already working. Let me know what time you start. And then I would just put the link. I was like, okay, I'm finna DM y'all the link because I ain't want to just put in the comments, for people to hijack. Somebody that might trying to troll us. And so I just DM them and then girls was just joining. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, hmm, like I was truly underestimating for one how many people are watching. We underestimate how many people are watching. We just haven't opened a door for them yet. I was underestimating how much people wanted to be together, how much they wanted to meet other girls. And I was underestimating how much people wanted to oh, this is such a big one, such a gem. How much people want to tell their own story or share what they got going on. If I said, does anybody want to hop on for a coaching session tonight? People gonna be like, girl, no. I mean, like, is it free? Yeah, I mean, I guess. But I was like, hey, does anybody want to come on and just kind of co-work, share what you got working on? People were like, absolutely. If you're service based, you're a coach. The number one thing you got to understand, people love talking about their shifts, sharing their story, challenge, problems, everything. They think their problem is so unique. It's like, girl, the last 50 of y'all got this problem, but I'm here for it. So, and that's the key. That's the key to reeling them in. You just do that over and over and over again at scale. Oh, you get 3 boys. Jen says my boys are 2, 4, and 6. My clients and I roll deep to someone else's pop-up shop or wellness event. We meet up at the gym and church. I collab with other Zoom events too. We don't always have to host. That's true. Absolutely. That's something that we're getting into heavy this year. I am trying to host so much more. I host the Conquer Club every single Tuesday night virtually, but I'm like, I've got to host in person so much more. And like you said, Jim, I'm sorry, boo, getting a chance to collab and be on someone else's platform. Like that is our huge focus for the end of 2025 for sure. I was always, and I still am hesitant. Like I'm not into collabs per se. I mean, I kind of sort of just kind of switching gears a little bit. I just feel like I didn't do that many. I did a few. Well, not really. Yeah. I'm kind of like a popular loner. I always say this. So I'm not really into like stuff like that too much. But I know for like this fall and obviously all of next year too, we're going to be super big about borrowing other people's platform. And it's also because like I just feel so charged up about the mission of Conquer. I'm just charged up about meeting other women, helping other women, obviously getting in front of other people's audiences, making more money, obviously, right? We gotta say that. But I'm just charged up about the mission. And it's also because I've spent so much time with fluff on top of my mission. Like once I'm like really stripping down to the roots of my mission, which is like helping other women conquer their fear of being seen and giving community where they can stay consistent amongst each other. Like stripping all of the fluff from that, all of the marketing stuff, all of the confidence stuff, all of that stuff kind of hides underneath it, but like stripping that from the messaging and getting clear about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need to be everywhere talking about this. So I'm trying to get to it for real, girl. So I feel you, friend. But I love the boys 2, 4, and 6, girl. That sounds like a fun time for real. And it's so, it's so dope when we think about. I meet so many mothers and I have so many moms that are inside of my community. Like most of the ladies inside my community are moms. There are, I feel like on the Conquer Club calls, I probably be about the only one that's not a mom yet. But baby, when I say every woman that I know that's doing her thing with her business, like the ones that I see that are balancing it so good, and I'm hoping to do this for myself. So maybe I'm a little biased, which I don't know what motherhood gonna bring me. Lord Jesus, help me. But like creating, like making the business fit into the world that they already have, and being honest about that, being realistic with that, but still being ambitious with that. You know what I mean? Because I'm already thinking to myself, like in my season of it being just me, like obviously I had to do everything, which there's a season for that. So whatever, it just is what it is. But like trying to do the sales, trying to keep up with the content, trying to see why I'm not speaking, um, trying to sell products, trying to host events, trying to do launches, doing the graphics, just really trying to do everything myself. But I was like, this isn't gonna work. Like, if I were to if I were to transition into motherhood today, like this wouldn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the idea, like that, kind of scared me. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to really go into my business the way I want to. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. Is it Chaco? She says I want to do life coaching for moms so bad. I feel like so many moms face the same issues and are stuck in the same cycle. Yeah, I even think about that for myself, right? I know we can't plan everything, but I think about, hey, if God were to introduce motherhood into my life today, what does that look like for Conquer? Like I really had to ask myself because I had these seasons where I can just kind of get up and go with Conquer. If somebody want me to come to Brazil tomorrow and do a TED talk, get what? Get what? Get what? We outside, baby. A river urchin. Well, it ain't Brazilian, but you know what I mean. We outside. But I had to think about like what does that mean for me to be able to still do that. And that's where me kind of building the new team and stuff came into play. I'm like, well, like I be tied to my socials. Like when I've got something coming up, I'm constantly refreshing. I'm constantly looking for comments. I'm constantly looking for DMs. Like I was just like, oh Lord, I just fear that this won't work. Like, so how can I position myself to start handing this off? And at the top of 2025, I really started thinking about that on another level. And then I was able to incorporate it this fall. It took a little time though. Yeah. She says, yes, you would just pivot with motherhood. Right. Just make it work. Did you ever have an issue with being in front of the camera? Mm-mm. Nope. Being in front of the camera for me, I never had an issue with it. I won't say I never had an issue with being on camera because I feel like I belong on the mic. I should have been like I'm sure my I had a little microphone in my hand before I had a little bottle girl. But I'm fine with being on camera. I feel like where some of my insecurities come from being on camera were deeper than just the way I look. Be cute. I ain't worried about stuff like that, right? I'm not worried about people trolling my comments and stuff like that. That's water under the bridge, baby. That already happened. I think that where some of my insecurities may come up from me being on camera is really, 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 really constantly being bold with what I believe in my opinion, and welcoming people who don't agree with it. Like truly. And that's a level of confidence that I know where I'm going, I have to master. Because I feel like for me, the people that are doing major things that have like that are on some of the journeys that I want to walk on, I have to have a lot of naysayers. It's just gonna be what it is. Like I would have to have a lot of people that say, "Well, that's stupid. Why would you want to, like conquer?" Like I have to have a lot of naysayers in order for it to be as big as I want it to be. So I'm just trying to make sure that even my motivation for doing the live show is you got to be in your mission and in your message every day, like every day, like obsessive style. This is the person that's going to show up for a style. Like, this is the person that believes in conquering the fear of being seen and showing up. Like, Deb, you've got to live it. And so I'm just trying to master my confidence to where I can just say what the hell I got to say whenever I got to say it, period. And I've got to exercise that muscle. I truly do, which is why I was like, you got to do this live show for a couple of years. Like, you've got to exercise that muscle of truly what you believe in. And then, also, and I feel like this is something that I had to conquer too, was I would assume that people didn't want to see me that much, or they didn't want to hear my same message over and over and over again. But, and I don't know if y'all anything like me, there are coaches and stuff that I listen to, y'all. I be on their YouTube channel every day. Like Gary V. Do y'all listen to Gary V? And like Ashley Kirkwood, like their mission and like what they believe in, their message is pretty much the same, but they say it in different ways. They present it in different ways. And I'm like, conquer is the same thing. So I had to like stop assuming that people didn't want to see me as much, or, well, you talk about the same thing. Well, duh, that's our mission. That's our brand, and like really being comfortable with that. So I'm cool with showing up on the camera, but it was the depth in which I showed up on camera, the boldness in which I showed up on camera, and then also making sure that being on camera doesn't mean that it has to be a production. Because like me, like I like a little one too. Like I like a little lash, I like a little lace front, I like a little cute top, I like a little nail. Like I like all of that. And I like a little look for the camera. Like but that's me in life. Like if you say we're going somewhere, there's no such thing as overdressing to me. Like I like a little look, but that's just me as a woman. But obviously you can see where I'm going with this. I had to get out of, when it's time to turn on the camera, it can't be a production every time. If it's possible, let's go with it. But you can't only show up for the mission if you have time to put it together a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, my TikTok live trying to come on. I had to like get out of that mentality. That was another reason why I started doing the live show every day. I was like, nah, if you get up and put on your hair and makeup every day, then girl, that's on you. But sometimes I be like, ooh, child, let me do this show. I'm just finna wash my face, brush my teeth, because I'm sitting here in my pajamas and I'm gonna go live. Like, I had to get out of that whole perfection, camera ready production mindset. And then now it's just gonna be what it is. Which I still like a little one too, but I don't have to obsess over it because I do it so much. So, but now I was like, girl, you got to really immerse yourself into this message and live it on another level. So that's what kind of inspired me doing the live show more too. hmm So, oh, it's 12:05, y'all. I didn't realize I've been on here for a freaking hour. Okay, I ain't even talk about my topic. I go to physical therapy, which, yeah, y'all know I keep telling y'all this physical therapy place is by my favorite barbecue place. Luckily, they closed on Mondays, but girl, I'd be like, let me go order a little real plate before I go get my back cracked. I go in there and order me a little plate. I go down there, get the little back crack, do that little 1-2, baby, pick up my real plate and come right on back to the house. They close on Mondays though. Oh, Jen says, I love that. That's exactly what I needed confirmation for. Being bold and confident and on mission is supposed to be repetitive and consistent. Yes, it is. And I didn't get that. I would think, oh, well, I just talked about that Monday. So it's Wednesday. I got to talk about something else. Well, I talked about that Tuesday. So I'm just like, girl, the mission is the mission. Every day, all day, talk about it. You can chop it in different ways. You can use it to relate to your regular life. You can use it in a PDF. Like the mission is the mission. So it's less pressure to show up to, because now I'm like, girl, just talk about what conquer is. So Jen says, don't ever be discouraged, girl. Thank you for sharing. You drop gems. Thank you, friend. Okay, I got to get to this physical therapy. Y'all know we'll be back on the show tomorrow at 11 o'clock. We're streaming everywhere. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I don't think we're streaming on LinkedIn today. I think that's the only place we're missing. But happy Monday. Let me know down in the comments, especially if you catch the replay of this, what you're going to conquer this week inside your business. I guess tomorrow we'll dive into the sales topic because that's what I was supposed to talk about today, about making sure that you get to the end of the week and you can pull in some new opportunities into your life. We're not going to talk about, oh, you can make $20 million by Friday. No, if you're a regular person, you got a job, you got a business, or you got your business full time, like what are some of the stuff that you can be doing day to day to just pull some new opportunities into your world? And I'm even like how I shared earlier, some of the stuff that me and the team do. I want to uncover some of that stuff. Um, yeah, we'll talk about that on the show tomorrow. But I love y'all. I'm about to go to physical therapy and give me some lunch and then work. And then later on this evening, I have two meetings. I have one speaker orientation call for an exciting event that's going to be here in Dallas Fort Worth area. So some of the ladies to get out to come here and speak there. And then we have a consultation for somebody that's looking to come into the Conquer Club. Y'all know the Conquer Club is our signature program. We meet on Zoom every single Tuesday. So if you like these conversations, but you want to dive more into our framework, here the strategies that we're using to stay more organized, to stay consistent, and to make sure our confidence is on high. We meet every single Tuesday night on Zoom. We do not miss a Tuesday. We co-work every third week. And of course, if you're here in Dallas, you get to come to the monthly Conquering Cocktail meetups via your Conquer Club membership, girl. Okay. And then I know everybody has been asking when we're coming back to Memphis because that's if you're going to travel for Conquering Cocktails, travel to the Memphis one because that's where we have the biggest Conquering Cocktail event. So y'all just got to stay tuned to the next time we're coming to Memphis. But y'all already know the vibes when you wake up tomorrow. Make sure you conquer something. And I'll see y'all on the show tomorrow. Bye, y'all. See y'all tomorrow.